there was this chick called Beatrice. Huh? Beatrice. And I'm not even sure Beatrice is her real name, because she was in there for like fraud and impersonation. Me, she told me her name is Beatrice. So as far as I'm concerned, Beatrice was the dawn. Like Beatrice was, you know, that chick who's just calling the shots, right? So she wakes up at some point, this is like at 9. She's like, she asks Faith, "Hey, basi huyu ni nani? Huyu hapa huyu ni nani?" And she's talking to me like I'm sitting right there and she's talking like this. And if you know me, I'm like the least gangster person. Like I'm so meek. I'm such a sissy. Like I don't even know how to deal with confrontation. I'm just like, oh my God, please, don't do this to me. So Faith is like, hapana usijali, ni actually ni msichana mzuri sana. Kalipata matatizo, ametoka Kenya, what. So Beatrice looks at me. So, hiyo ni shida ndogo sana. Leo utatoka, usijali, utatoka leo. So I think Faith sort of broke the ice between me and her. And so she was keeping it cool, right? And then I realized I was wearing my sandals and I was sleeping on top of the slab with my sandals on. So at some point, Beatrice, I think she just went nuts a little bit. And she looks at me and she's like, ondoa hizo viatu, kwa nini viatu kwa kitanda? I'm like, kwa kitanda? What? She's like, sisi tumelala hapa almost 8 days. Na unavaa viatu zako za nje, umeleta uchafu. Unaweka uchafu hapa kwa, I don't know what. I'm just like, oh my God. Girl, chill. So she has a go at me. She makes noise at me about my sandals. And I'm just like, my nigga, like, I don't know that I'm supposed to remove my shoes. Like, I can remove them just now. Like, here you go, okay? Anyway, so Beatrice just like had a bit of a moment where she just went off at me. And I was so pissed. Like, now my blood was boiling. So luckily, at some point, like by midday, I see Sam being summoned to go upstairs, which is a good sign because that means they were finally starting to process our case. So Sam goes upstairs and then he disappears for like 2 hours. So I don't know why I thought, okay, he's gone upstairs. In the next 5 minutes, they're gonna call us because we're innocent. Like we're not doing anything bad, right? Because when they arrested us, they mentioned that they were suspecting us of spying and espionage because, you know, we have a drone and all this crazy nonsense. And we knew, okay, there's no way we're not spies. Like we're just photographers and we're here to do something noble. So the minute they realize that, they're gonna ask us to leave, right? Nothing. So Sam disappears for 2 hours and I'm just like, yo, oh my God, this is not doing very well with me. Like my blood was boiling. So eventually he comes down at like 4 o'clock and he's not even able to say anything to me. He just walks past the cell being pushed by this guard and he's like, Sharon, it's over. It's over. Can you imagine me? I've been waiting there for 3 hours for him to come back downstairs and then he just tells me it's over. Wow. Now, I was starting, like I could feel my hairs standing, like this. So I'm just like, okay, what does he mean? It's over. And he can't like come back and tell me, you know, what happened. That is all I had, it's over. So after, I think 2 hours, no, an hour max, they call him back and then they call me and then they call Nick upstairs. So me, I'm like, woo, hey, we're out. After I had lost all hope, but finally they've called us. So we go upstairs, they put us in this little room one by one with like a group of investigators and then they start questioning us. So what brings you to Dar es Salaam? Unafanya kazi gani hapa Dar es Salaam? Mlikuwa na drone nyinyi? Blah, blah, blah. So they question us, we answer them, you know, with the truth. We tell them, I'm a vlogger, I have a YouTube channel, like, listen, I'm just here to do a travel vlog, like, it's not that deep, bro, chill. And so it went well. Like, I think they actually realized, oh crap, these are not spies, these are just photographers who made a mistake and they had a drone and they had not checked the regulations, whatever. Like, you could see they were warming up to us. So in my heart, I'm like, oh, thank God, finally. And then Sam just walks into this room where they had like put me. And he's like, listen, babe, unfortunately, we're gonna spend another night. I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah, we're gonna have to spend another night. You know how I told you we all had our reality checks at different points? Now my reality check showed up. I was like, what? No way. No, I'm not. I started making noise. I was yelling at the investigators. What the hell is wrong with you? Yani, we're coming here to promote your country. You don't even want. We're flying the drone to promote Dar es Salaam. They were like, excuse me? What is this reaction? Wajua umefanya makosa wewe? Wajua umefanya makosa? I'm like, listen, I don't care what makosas I've done. We came here with an innocent, as in I was pissed. Like, I feel like I lose my shit I feel like I lose my cool once every few years. And this one it just caught me. Oh, you guys, you know, I was crazy. I was gone. I got to my black spot and I was completely gone. This guy is trying to rationalize with me. Madam, acha kupiga makelele. I'm like, listen, I don't care. I am not spending another night in jail. I am not. I'm like, okay, I was escorted back downstairs. Wow. Let me tell you guys, I don't think I've ever cried that hard in my life. Like, I know I'm telling this story in a comical way because it's in hindsight, but I was broken. I was crying. And the thing is, you have to be gangster in jail. Like, Beatrice was out there waiting for me. And like, cry in her presence, because then, you know, crying is a weakness at the end of the day, and you don't want to be weak and you're with Beatrice. That's the last thing you want. So I'm like crying in my heart. You know that crying for the inside where you're like, but quietly. I'm like, yeah, that was me. For a solid like 3 hours. I could not comprehend that I was gonna have to deal with the same environment for 3 hours. That smell, that horrible pungent smell, that orange bucket, those ladies throwing up, Beatrice and her crazy self. Like, at least Faith was still there. And Faith was telling me, you're spending a second night. Oh, girl. This is trouble, because this is exactly how it happened to all of us. You think you're here for 24 hours, which is supposed to be the law, but nope. Unajipata hapa mahabusu for 8 days. Oh my God, you guys, like, just remembering that is making me feel like punching someone in the face. I was so angry, like, I was annoyed. So I'm just in the cell thinking, oh my God, like, I didn't even, like, my sister, like my mom, like my dad. Whoo! Jesus Christ. I lost it. I had completely lost it. So eventually I think because the investigators had realized that, okay, we're not bad people, the guy was like, okay, here, you can have a phone call. Call whoever needs to be called, because you're wasting space huku ndani. Like, we need to let you guys out, but you need to call your lawyers, blah, 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 blah. So they give us our phones. I put on my phone, hey, missed calls. You attempted to call me, blah, 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 blah. WhatsApp was like 100 messages. Luckily, John had communicated to all the relevant people that we were in trouble. And man, big shout out to John, to my sister, to Fatma, to Madvi, Ronak, like all our friends really, really came through. Joe Kimi in Tanzania. I mean, the list is endless. Like, that's when you really realize who rides with you. All my other two friends, I was just like, whatever. Like, I still rate you, but nah, not in that way anymore, because I was in some deep trouble, and I saw a really core set of friends come through for us in a way that you can never even imagine is necessary. So shout out to you guys, man. That was amazing. Anyway, so we get out, and so Joe, who is our friend who lives in Tanzania, had organized for us to have a lawyer. So we meet the lawyer, we're like, hey, my friends, this is terrible. We have been in cell for like 48 hours. We've not eaten, no food, nothing. Like, we need to get the hell out of here. It's like, hey, sasa, wajua, hey, he was Tanzanian, wajua ni shida hapa. Yani mlikuwa na drone, ni shida sana, ni matatizo. luckily, Sam had called the French embassy, remember, the night we got arrested. So eventually they responded and they showed up at the police station, one of their counselors, and shout out to the French embassy as well, because they came and they managed to sign Sam's bail as a French resident or as a French citizen. And then the lawyer signed me and Nick's bail. So eventually they released us and we were just like, oh my God, thank you, God. Because I'm telling you guys, I don't think I'd have hacked another night. I'd have pulled out my hair, I'd have pulled out my lips, I would have pulled out my fingers. Like, I don't think I'd have made it. So eventually when it got released, I was just so ecstatic, like, yes, oh my God. To me, I thought this whole thing is over. Like, okay, sawa, they released us. You know, they give us our passports, we go back to Nairobi. Wapi. So we're signing out, they're giving us back our watches, everything. So we asked for our passports, and then apana. Bado wanafanya what was investigation? Bado wanafanya upelelezi. I'm like, what do you mean upelelezi? What is that to investigate? They're like, listen, bail has been signed. That does not mean that the case is done. We're just like, what? Excuse me, what do you mean the case is not? We don't live here. We need to go back home. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, hapana, lazima tufanye upelelezi. Alafu basi tuorishe your passport. I'm like, oh my God. So they're like, okay, don't worry, kesho, tomorrow. We're like, okay, well, one more night. As long as it's not in cell, that's fine. Can you imagine? They kept saying they're doing the investigations and we'll be out or we'll get back our passports tomorrow. For 3 weeks. Like, we had no passports in Dar es Salaam. We were detained from leaving the country in Tanzania for 3 weeks. We could not check into a hotel because obviously you need your passport. We had not budgeted for that kind of, like, it was crazy. And every day we'd go back to the police station because they kept saying tomorrow, kesho. Friday they say, I am Rudy Monday. Blah, 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 blah. For 3 weeks straight. Do you know what that does to you? Like, that tests your patience to a whole new level. It got to a point, Monday on the 3rd week, we were like, you know what? By that point, we'd lost so many gigs. Oh my God, you guys. We had bookings back to back to back that entire 3 weeks. All those clients are like, we're going to have to go with someone else. Obviously, because the whole team was there. Me, Nick, Sam, everybody was in Dar es Salaam. Can you imagine the day we decided to stop calling them and following up is the day they called us and said, sasa, repoti iko tayari. And they gave us all, because they'd confiscated our drone, phone, laptop, a lot of our stuff. So they gave us back everything. It was in very good condition. And they were like, aya basi, kwaherini. I'm like, what? No. That was it? Don't get me wrong, it was great that they released us with no charge, no warning letter, nothing. But the fact that they put us through all this, that pissed me off so much. So obviously, as soon as we got all our stuff, straight to the airport, like, we're not about to sit around and wait for them to change their minds. So anyway, guys, that's why I have been MIA for the past few weeks, because it's just been a lot to deal with and a lot of time was wasted, so I had to come back to the office and catch up on so much work. And I've not had any time to come around and do, the content that I love to do for you guys. I'm happy to share it in case you learned something from it, especially if you operate a drone. Please make sure that you know the regulations where you're operating. Just to inform you, in Kenya, they're rolling out new regulations where you can now apply for your license. You can now apply for what they call a shipping license, where even bringing in the drone will be a problem. So you need to apply for a shipping license and apply for a filming license for the drone. And they're creating provisions for that. You can contact Kenya Civil Aviation Authority and get all the licensing that you need. And it takes about 4 weeks. So make sure you do that. And if you're going outside of the country, check who are the necessary authorities to talk to. Because at the end of the day, as much as you're just flying your drone because you enjoy photography or videography, sometimes people just don't receive it the way that you genuinely intend to use this content. So please make sure you check all the necessary regulations and adhere to them. At the end of the day, I'm still so passionate about wanting to change the narrative around Kenya and around East Africa. As much as we had a horrible situation in Dar es Salaam, I still think it's a beautiful country, and I'm still very keen on going back at some point in the future, because at the end of the day, only we as Kenyans or Tanzanians or East Africans or Africans, only we know how to truly market our continent. And we have to take it upon ourselves to do it. I went through a lot of trouble for the one thing that I believe in, which is creating great content and telling the stories of our home and our homeland. And I had to deal with a lot of shit for that. But it makes me feel stronger, and I'm even more passionate about wanting to tell that story. So if in any way this has inspired you to keep doing what you're doing, but do it in a smarter way or in a more discreet way, please continue doing what you're doing, because at the end of the day, we got some bomb content. Like, I'm gonna share this video with you as I wrap up, but very quickly, let me say a big thank you to my team for being absolute soldiers. The guys who were in cell with me, Mad V, who was holding it down here in Nairobi and telling clients, okay, not to worry. Shout out to you, shout out to our friends, shout out to, oh man, so many people who came through to us, Joe and your, oh man, your whole team out in Tanzania. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. And all our clients who came through and wrote reference letters for us saying, listen, these guys are just photographers. We've worked with them in the past. Serena, Sarova, I mean, Sauti Soul. We really appreciate that, and I just wanted to say a big thank you for that. Meanwhile, please check out this amazing footage that we got of Dar es Salaam and the sunset. Also, if you haven't already, feel free to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell, because there's so much more content coming up. All right, cheers.